and the price that Kathy and his family have paid and will continue to pay. Your information, in whatever form, is critical. For those in 1509 Swan Street, where Robert was killed, you need to truly ask yourselves, truly ask yourselves, have I provided the police with all of the information that might be relevant to the investigation of this crime? Only you, your conscience, and your God will know the answer to that question. But that is a question you must ask yourself. And if you truly care about Robert, truly care about his family, truly care about Kathy, you will come forward and share all of the information that you have. We are not here to blame anybody for the fact that this case has not been solved. We are here to remind the city about Robert's untimely demise and to implore everybody to do more to solve this case. Washington, D.C. is better than this. Robert's murder was and is a terrible tragedy that can never be undone. The fact that nobody has been held responsible for what was done to Robert is unjust. It is simply unjust. It means that a killer walks among us. Think about that. A killer who engaged in this kind of conduct, who killed a wonderful, kind man, is still walking among us. The sharing of information is the key to the solving of this case. The information that we need to have to solve this case is out there, and it is in the possession of somebody who can come forward and exhibit the kind of courage that Kathy earlier talked about. All who have information will share that information, follow their consciences. This case can be solved. If we'll take any questions that we have right now.
Mrs. Wone, if I may begin.
Although Kathy's not going to answer questions.
Okay. All right. Mr. Holder, as you, I think, are aware, for the past year, we've received a couple of constant messages from the police department, and they are that the crime scene was tampered with, cleaned up, and that the residents, the 3 residents of the house, have lawyered up and been more or less uncooperative. Be candid with us. Do you feel that that the scene was cleaned up by somebody in that house and that they have been uncooperative with the police? Do you feel it?
I don't know if the crime scene was cleaned up, but I certainly know that a police officer raised his right hand and swore an affidavit that in fact that had occurred. I have no reason to believe that an officer from the Metropolitan Police Department would say anything other than the truth to a judge in order to gain access to the place to make sure that that affidavit was received. It is certainly their right to get lawyers and to do that which they think they need to do from a legal perspective, perhaps to protect themselves. I don't know. But the reality also is that these are people who have gone out of their way to claim that they are friends of Robert's, that they care a great deal about Robert. And I have to think that among the 3, if not all 3, have information that would be extremely relevant to the solving of this crime. And it's inconsistent to claim to care about Robert, to care about his family, and not to share any information that any of the individuals there or that group of people collectively has. They simply must come forward. Somebody in the house has to come forward with even a small bit of information that might seem inconsequential to them, but could be key to the solving of this case.
As I understand it, in today's legal times, I've not yet seen it, but I'm told there is a report that the police investigation has developed a witness who's told the police department that that person, that witness, saw an intruder enter that residence the night of the murder. Is that new information to you?
I'm not aware of that. I think I read the Legal Times article. I think that what I read in the story, and I just read it very briefly, was that theory had been discounted. But I'm not sure. Again, I did not read the story with great degree of care. I spoke earlier today to the head of the homicide unit in the Metropolitan Police Department, who indicated to me that the U.S. Attorney's Office still has this matter as a priority, that they will be doing things in the near future to ratchet up the pressure on all who are, I'll simply say, involved in this case, and that hopefully that this matter will be resolved. But I feel very good that we had that conversation, and I'm reassured by their indication this is still a priority.
If I may just follow up, did the police department advise you that they'd come to discount that report of an intruder?
No, I'm just saying that I saw that, as I read the New York Times article, I thought that it said that that theory had been discounted. But again, I just read it quickly.
Could you comment on the FBI's involvement and whether there is some concern by the family and yourself that it's taken this long to complete forensic evidence, and whether you feel that forensic evidence could be pivotal?
I think forensic evidence will be pivotal in this case, although it need not be as pivotal as it is if people will come forward and share information. One of the problems we have in the city is that complicated forensic evidence has to go to the FBI for analysis. It's one of the reasons why we've been lobbying for.
Thank you for joining us for today's episode of Asian American Focus from Washington, D.C. I'm